Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And here's a teaser trailer reaction to Doctor Strange. I have to say that, I'm already intrigued by this. I'm very, very happy that Marvel has decided to pursue their other end of the spectrum, their other end of the Marvel universe, by releasing some new films and TV shows with that are not as popular, not as well known. We all know they're more mainstream, more popular characters, such as, all the members of the Avengers, the main members, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Spider Man, the X Men. We all know these characters already. But I was skeptical, and I even said when I was doing like little movie previews of films that were coming out in 2015. I talked about Ant-Man, and I said how he was kind of a lame character, but these films and these movies are being made quite well. Characters like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and now Luke Cage all getting serviced, as films or TV shows, and they've come out great. I mean, really, when you look at it, the Avenger movies are some of the worst things that Marvel has put out in comparison. The whole Daredevil, the whole 2 seasons, completely blows most films out of the water. I mean, really, I mean, it makes a lot of those movies look like jokes, to be quite honest. Now, Doctor Strange, I'm not really too familiar with his origin story, not too familiar with the character, which is why I'm looking forward to this movie, learning a little bit about the character. Kind of, well, it's going to be probably a little slightly different interpretation, but he appeared a couple of times on the Fox Kids Spider-Man cartoon back in the day. Always thought that he looked a lot like Rules Al Ghul. Um, from Batman. And that was always something, that kind of stuck with me, that he was kind of like the Marvel version of Ra's al Ghul, and kind of like when you think about the Lazarus Pit and kind of all magical stuff, it's kind of the same thing. Now, that might piss off some people. They might not like that comparison, DC and Marvel fanboys. They're always neck and neck. It's a pretty big rivalry. But I'm looking forward to this. And this is a movie where it looks like it's gonna be a fucking acid trip, to say the fucking least. It looks strange, to use a really lame pun. There's this one scene where it's like so obscure. The New York City, Manhattan, is flipped that upside down and seems to almost be converging with a mirror image of itself. And I want to see what that's all about. I mean, if you want to talk about teaser, you're like, what the fuck, looking at half this shit. And you just kind of want to see where it's going to go from here. I mean, you want to see, like, what's all this weird stuff? What's going to happen? Um, and yeah, this is going to be a pretty good movie, I think. It seems like it's going to be a pretty fun movie with a lot of, interesting, visuals and probably story as well. Like I said, I know he's got a very interesting storyline, Doctor Strange. It's very different than the rest of the Marvel fare. So I'm really looking forward to it. And this one was pretty much like a teaser. It really didn't show a lot, just a little bit. Not revealing too much. Didn't really reveal a lot at all. We don't even get to see how Doctor Strange looks in his costume, and that would be kind of interesting if they kind of did what they did for Daredevil, and you've got little trailers that don't really show how he looks in the suit until the actual movie. I would really appreciate that because it gives you something to look forward to. They should really avoid any snapshots or anything of any type of costume. I would have really appreciated that even more. Just like kind of like, you didn't see how the Punisher looked until days before they released it. Um, and that's what I kind of like. They kind of just hold off. You don't really until the actual movie is released to actually see how he looks, but they probably won't. They're not going to do that. They're going to show you probably in the next full trailer how he looks, and I think that kind of ruins it to a point. I mean, it's fun to do different things like that. Hold the mystery of films. Nobody likes spoilers. Well, what is better than not having any spoilers, than not seeing how the main character is going to look, in his final form, to not show the costume. I mean, it's because it's very hard. It's probably very, 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 a little bit too much tempting for them to avoid that. That would be like not showing how Spider-Man is going to look. Just, they see, that's what kind of kills me with Civil War. They couldn't help themselves. They had to show you that Spider-Man was going to be in it. Think about how much better Civil War would have been for you if they did not show how Spider-Man. Oh, you didn't even know that he was going to be in the film. They rumored it. They said he was going to be in there. That wasn't enough. They had to show him to you. And that just kind of ruins things. And I really wish that they didn't do that. It was like the same complaint that a lot of people have for Batman vs Superman about Doomsday or Wonder Woman. Just think how much better it would have been. They didn't show too much. Don't really see anybody really saying that about the Marvel movies. That's why it's kind of like a double standard in the way. But and I'm the Marvel guy, by the way. I'm the Marvel guy, and Marvel fanboys don't really say that too much, and they really should. All right, guys. So I'm looking forward to this film. And I think that this new direction that Marvel's going in, where they're going to pretty much flesh out their whole universe, is a really good idea. This way, everybody's got their favorites. There's a lot of different characters, and like me, if you're not crazy about the whole direction of the Avengers movies, even though it is following the comics, and you just don't like how they're being done, you've got this whole entire other part of the universe that's pretty exciting and definitely worth looking forward to.